All right, all right, all right, all right. All right. Shalom, shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this Deborah platform with another message. And I will say this is a lovely evening in which the Most High Yah has made. And I, Sister Deborah, shall and will rest therein. I'm going to do a little talking and some hearing. Uh, The name of this here message is Watch with Me. Watch, watch with me. Can you watch if you sleep? No, you can't. As I have in time past, and even until today, I think about and I feel a sorrow within me because I feel that somewhere along the line, we as individuals, we as humans, especially those who know the Most High Yah, we need to watch with Yeshua HaMashiach. We need to watch. Why is that, Deborah? Because there are many of things that were prophesied that we should come upon. And because we are asleep, we're this day wondering what's going on because we have fallen asleep. Our eyes are heavy. We can't stay awake. We can't stay focused on the light. And that will be in the only thing that will be in us and before us in these last evil days that is here, present, this day. So again, the name of this topic is Watch with Me. Okay. And I'm going to come from Matthew's 26. Hello in the live chat. It's good to see you. In Matthew's chapter 26, okay, what's my verse here? I'm going to come from 38. Okay, I'm going to start with 38 and I'm going to go all the way to 46. And I've been having trouble. I'm going to be honest with you. I have been having trouble with my discerning spirit. I can discern things, okay? And in the process of discerning, I become very sorrow. I have a great sorrow come upon me. And it's not something like on this upon me, but in the inside. Because what I'm discerning is I'm saying things from the teaching of the Ruach in the wilderness, but deep in me is a sorry feeling because I'm trying to get others to seek the Ruach, and that if it be the will of the Father Spirit, that he would reveal unto them. You know, it's like we are seed planters. We just plant the seed, but Yah does the increase. It is not for us to do the increase. We just plant the seed. And it feels to me, even when I'm on the live screen, it's like the way he gives it to me and the way I love on what he gives to me is different than the way I speak it and give and feel the way I felt when he gave it to me. It's like hard to and it's a great deal to do with the discerning spirit, because a lot of times the discerning spirit can show you things and you can discern things and it would be satin in your heart, because you can discern things that you're really not asking to discern, but it's there because you have the gift of discerning, and you can't erase it and say, okay, no, I don't want this to be in the presence. I don't want this. The discerning spirit does it whether you like it or not. If it's given unto you, you have recognized that it has been given unto you. You have used it throughout time. So you know that it's something that it's not under your control. It's something that is spiritually given to you so that you can discern in the midst of what you are actually in. So sometimes I feel, Father, why is it people don't embrace what you give the way I feel about how you give it? And I just look at everything that he gives me. I look at it as something, I treasure it. I mean, I look at it as something. That's why I say to people, I learn every day. I would never tell anyone that I don't learn anything. I learn, I learn. You hear me? And according for me to learn, I have to what? Shut up. And according for me to shut up, I have to do what? Turn on my ear to hear. With the spirit of the Ruach, you have to be like that. You have to shut up and hear what the spirit is saying. And I forever always was able to do that. Like I said, since I was a little girl. So I'm like, to the point when he gives me something, if he say, okay, I'm just going to say something, how simple it can be. If he say, Deborah, go outside and look outside. If I look outside, first thing I'm going to recognize is his glory, because I see him in everything. I see his creation in everything. I see him that way. And then I will sit there waiting for whatever else he has for me. And if he said, stand there, Deborah, now do you feel that the wind is not coming from the left to the right? It's coming from the right to the left. This how he deals with me. He said, this is telling you that you don't look for it to be going or things to be going in this direction. Look for it to be going in the opposite. That's how he deal with me. So I also know that the way he give it to me is also from the wilderness standpoint. That's how he teaches me things like that. And I be, oh my goodness, Father, I wouldn't have known that. Even though I know that he have shared many things with me, I'm always at the point where everything's a shock. Everything is amazing. Everything is wonderful. Everything is beautiful that he shows me. And that's how I embrace it. And this don't be no faking, don't be no, because he have dealt with me since I was a little girl. Just like that. Just like that. So I have always had that type of relationship with him. When he's teaching me, my mouth is closed, my ears are hearing. And throughout my life, that's how I have been able to walk with him and him hold my hand, you know. And the things that he gives me, it's like in this day, in this day, in this day, it's so potent. I'm like, Father, why is it they not seeing this? Why ain't they getting this? What's wrong with these people? Why don't they don't understand this? I'm because everything he gives me, he makes sure that I understand it. And how do I know that he makes sure I understand it? Because he don't leave me until he has given me the fullness. Now, last month he gave me a couple of dreams, and I was so excited to break out and wake up out of the dreams. But when I woke up, I forgot everything he had given me. Now, to me, I look at that. That's scary because that's telling me it's saved for a appointed time. I will cause it to come back up in your remembrance later on. You know, this is what he would do. He would bring them dreams right back, and I say, well, didn't you told me that before? You see, so I pay attention to everything he gives me and everything he shares with me and everything he shows me. You know, I pay attention to it. Hello everyone in the live chat. It's good to see everyone. I was explaining to you all when I was a little girl, I would go to the store. I first started off stealing. Okay. Then and when I said stealing, it wasn't like no more than a couple of weeks, but still I was doing it. Mom would send me to the store every day. And she never would give me money to really actually buy. It was just go buy this, go get this. And every time I would walk to the store, I used to, when I get to the store, I'm gonna take this out of the freezer. And being a young child, I would put it in my underclothes. And after the guy, and this is like months later, the guy said, I saw what you did getting that ice cream. They had a camera up in the corner, and I felt so convicted. He said, but you okay? He said, but don't do that no more. But I saw you on the camera. I was like, oh, I feel so convicted. And from that day on, when mama said she want me to go to the store, I go to the store, I began to speak with who I knew. I knew who he was. I knew what he was capable of doing. I just wasn't speaking to him in that type of manner. But when I knew that I could say, I want some money because I want to buy me something, I looked on the ground and he had my pile of change sitting there all the way up into high school. I want some money, and mama didn't give me no money to buy something extra for lunch. And I'm going to school, walking and coming back. You know, anytime I asked him, he always made it. Went all the way up to $20, y'all. It's too hard for me not to be watching with him. And I think that's my thing. I'm watching everything. I'm beholding everything. And in the process of it, I'm using also the gift of discerning. You know, I'm sitting and beholding everything, waiting for him to show me what he need me to see in things. You see what I'm saying? How you want me to take this? How you want me to handle this? How you want me to deal with this? You know, how do you want me to place this in my life? You know, I guess I just got a relationship, a real pure relationship with a higher power. I cannot give that to anyone. And I think that's probably a piece of the piece that's missing in me as far as understanding. You can't give these people, Deborah, what I have given thee. You see, my way I feel about the Most High could be totally different than everybody on the live chat. You see, even though in Him He wants us to have that same feeling, because He said we are in the body of Christ, Christ being the head, and we are all one part. Even when it comes down to one hurt, we all hurt. One need, we all need. You see, so in my mind, that's the way I believe it. That's the way I receive it. Even though it's not applied, or I don't feel it, or I can't discern it, but I believe it. That's just it. That's just it. And that's where I step into the realm of just believing what He says, trusting in what He said. So this topic I'm coming and we're going to talk as well. It's called Watch With Me. So as I've been feeling like this here several times, when I go into live, I feel like, Father, I'm trying to present it the way that Thou has given it to me. And when Thou have given it to me, I'm so glad. It's like a father giving a child a gift, or a candy bar, giving me something that make me say, "Woo, thank you, thank you, thank you." That's how my spirit is rejoicing and feeling. So when I get that and I say, okay, I'm going to apply this, it's meaning, and it's a lot of things He's saying to me, because He's saying to me now, everything that I give unto thee does not mean it is for another. What is for you is for you. Plant the seed and keep it going. I think that's what I have to embrace, in spite of my discerning spirit, in spite of how potent and good the information is to share. I have to understand what Yah has for me is for me. Now, this is something that He brought, and He told me through Solomon. He would begin to tell me about how Solomon, and what Solomon was ministering to me about vain and vexed. And Solomon got to where I am today. Solomon got to where I am today, where things become just vain and vexed, because the level of wisdom and knowledge and understanding that he had from regarding everything under the sun was off the chain. Was off the chain. But as he went on learning it all that was to know that was under the sun, he said things began to get to be falling. Things began to be vain and vexed, because learning it all, much what he said, much studying brings what? Sorrow. Many books. And he telling you many books. He even told you don't go wrapping up making books and really reading into books, because it'll bring a different spirit on you. It will. It really, really, really will. So Solomon got to the point where he saw everything for what Yah had created it to be, and he saw that these people wasn't gonna do nothing no different, because he given them the wisdom and the knowledge and the understanding that was given to him. He realized it was for him. And he was a preacher and he was teaching, and he saw everything to be vain and vast. It was to him beginning to look worthless. And that's how I feel sometimes being in this day and time. I know what He's taught me. I know what He's shown me, things that He revealed to me. And I'm like thinking, okay, let me get on here and talk about this topic. But the comforter that comes, He is off the chain. He is off the chain. And what He gave me today was, think of Solomon, Deborah. That's where Solomon was getting all that vain and vexed. Because to know and to have all the wisdom that he had and the understanding, it was vain and vexed, because it was for he received it and he taught it and preached it. But the way people were embracing it or getting it, it wasn't a good feeling for him, because it was like it was all vain and vexed. But he received it, you see. Now, here, that was bringing me comfort. And see, I'm able to see with the Holy Spirit. We say we got the Ruach HaKodesh, we have the Holy Spirit. But can you feel when he come in, out, in, out? And I don't mean in and out of your body, but in and out, revealing things to you, coming to you. See, I can identify when he's coming to comfort me. You see what I'm saying? I can identify when he's showing me things to come. I can identify when he bringing things back to my remembrance. You see? And I can fully identify when he's teaching me all things, because he don't have to teach me from this. He is the teacher of all things. Anything, even on a job, anything about the system, anything about anything, he still say he's a teacher of all. He would teach you all things. He wasn't just talking about this. You see, so I can tell when he's teaching me and which technique the Holy Spirit is using. And if you can't feel the comforter comforting you. You can't feel him showing you things to come, mean prophesying. If you can't feel him bringing things back to your remembrance and laying it out. You got to really stay at that altar. Make sure you say you have what you feel you have, because these characteristics of the Ruach is something that not only can be seen in the spirit, it can be seen in the natural, and it's a feeling that it comes to give you, to let you know and be assured that he is in you. And that's why he said, greater is he that is in thee than he is in the world, because he gives you everything you need from the inside out. Okay. So the reason why I came up with watch with me, because in this moment today, it started to happen. And yesterday, where I was speaking with the Most High regarding why is it feels like people are not getting the pure, potent, adulterated, the real word. Why is it feel like it's not present before the people? Why is it the people don't seem to, I can't discern that they are really getting it. And he began to show me something in Matthew's 38. And it brought me what? Comfort. So I know that the comforter is there, because when I'm at a stage where I am feeling, and then he showed me exactly what I was feeling. Now listen to me what I'm saying, y'all. He showed me exactly what I was feeling and what Yeshua HaMashiach felt when he needed them to watch with him. You see? So we're gonna go to Matthew's chapter 26 and 38. And this is when Yeshua had left the disciples in Gethsemane, and he took on 3 disciples with him. Okay, they walked further with him. And verse 38, and this was Yeshua HaMashiach. Let's say Yeshua. And this is, we're going to say Yeshua. And Matthew 26, verse 38. Then said he unto them, this is Yeshua, my spirit is exceedingly sorrowful, even unto death. Tarry ye here and watch with me. Watch, not for me, or just watch for thyself, but watch with me. At that moment, when the Spirit began to show me that, it brought me comfort, because I couldn't imagine what it was like for him to be in such a state of sorrow and couldn't get anyone to feel him by just watching with me. See, that comforter knew what I need. That's why when I said Solomon told me this, and Solomon told, because the comforter knows what I need and know how to direct me in the midst of what I need to know or hear or feel And he knew Solomon had it because Solomon was experiencing the same thing I'm experiencing. So with here, he showed me here in Matthew 26, verse 38. Then this is Yeshua. Now I'm saying Yeshua because I'm gonna leave Hamashiach out of it because we're talking flesh on flesh now. Okay, we're talking flesh on flesh. And he said, Yeshua said, then said he unto them, my soul is exceedingly sorrowful, even unto death. Tarry ye here and watch with me. And that's the topic that I have here. Watch with me. Now, why would he say that if he didn't want them to watch with him? Now, watch this here, verse 39. And he went a little further and fell on his face and prayed, saying, oh, my Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as thou wilt. He was in great sorrow. And he asked of his disciples, 3 that followed him deeper into the place where he were going away to pray in Gethsemane. He asked them to watch with me. Okay. Verse 39, again, he said, and he went a little further and fell on his face and prayed, saying, oh, Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as thy will. You see, he was so in agony because of what was about to happen that hour. Flesh was in sorrow, in great sorrow. Okay. Now, verse 40. And he cometh unto the disciples and find them asleep, and said unto Peter. Now listen to the Yeshua. And people think when you talk and you high pitch or whatever pitch or you low pitch, if a person has the spirit will let you know that the spirit in which one is speaking, or you're focusing on the high of the pitch or the low of the pitch, or is it spirit and truth? Many times people miss out because they're looking at the high pitch and the way it's saying, and they miss out of what is spirit and truth. And that's all well, because it's spirit. So they look on the outer appearance and what is being said from their natural ears, what their natural ears are hearing and what their natural eyes are seeing, and then they miss out on what is spirit and truth, which is the power. Okay, now here, listen to Yeshua and what he said, and I'm gonna say it pleasant, okay, but listen to what he said to Peter in verse 40. And he cometh unto the disciples and findeth them asleep, and said unto Peter, what? Could ye not watch with me 1 hour? That's what Yeshua. It was 3 of them. But he turned to Peter and said, what? Because they had fallen asleep, had fell asleep. And he said, what? Could ye not watch with me 1 hour? That's even when you do a video. Many people can't go past 10 minutes. You know why? Because they can only go longer with the flesh. With the spirit, their spirit can't, their flesh won't let them. Their flesh won't let them hear nothing spirit and truth for the hour. Nope. They couldn't hang an hour in spirit and truth. But they can hang 2 or 3, 4 or 5 hours in the flesh messages. It's deep. It is so deep, but it's real. It is what it is. And here, Yeshua is saying to Peter, wait a minute, hold up. You've been with me a long time. What? You couldn't even watch with me 1 hour. Now, don't forget now, he was going through great sorrow. His flesh was feeling like we feel. No, we wouldn't like we would feel when we are in sorrow, but his were greater because he knew the hour was present where he had to be upon the cross and the suffering that he had to go and fulfill. So his sorrow was much greater. Mhm. But it's just the idea that he asked him, you couldn't even watch with me. And that's where I'm coming from. The Most High wanted me to see, Yeshua did it. If your walk, Deborah, don't walk like Christ, then you have to understand, go back to the altar. A lot of people don't understand that. If you can't see your life matching Yeshua HaMashiach in some way or another, you need to check and see at the altar what's going on. Because Christ's life is really what he wants us. The life that Yeshua HaMashiach walked, we should have not identical, but we should have some things that can match it to where when he comes back and give us what Yeshua HaMashiach went through, we can say, oh, okay, that's what I'm experiencing. You see, because that's the whole purpose of him coming, to show us how to walk this thing out. And see, when he showed me this was perfect for me because it says, watch with me. You see, feel me, understand where I'm at, stay away, wake with me through this. They couldn't do it, not 1 hour. So what happens? Verse 40, 41. Watch and pray that ye entered not into temptation. The spirit is indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. In the last year, I've been speaking on the difference between spirit and flesh. There is a difference. If the spirit is willing and the flesh is weak, the flesh is going to go up against what the spirit is willing to do. So their spirit was willing to stay and watch with him, but their flesh got victory over it. That's how it is in reality. We let our flesh get the victory over those things which is spirit that has the power, the authority, and don't understand. That's why we can't perform with all the gifts that Yeshua HaMashiach said that we should have. That's why we don't have healing power. That's why we can't pray and fast and lay hands and visit the sick, wake the dead. Is you know why? We let our flesh have dominion over the spirit that is willing. The flesh is weak. It ain't gonna buckle to the spirit. It ain't gonna go. So who in here? They flesh. They didn't go the route of the one that's willing. They went the route of their flesh. And this is what Yeshua was saying. Just 1 hour, y'all can watch with me. With me. I didn't ask you to watch for me. I asked you to watch with me. And listen to this here. In verse 41, watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit is indeed willing, but the flesh is weak. Verse 42. He went away again a second time, and he prayed, saying, see, he is in great sorrow, y'all. And just see, this is what's so sad. In the midst of his last hour, all of this sorrow and pain and hurt, he had to walk it alone. You see, he had to walk it fully with no one watching with him. Just walk it alone. He was in great sorrow. Okay. He said in verse 42, he went away again the second time and prayed and said, oh, my Father, if this cup may be passed away from me, except I drink it, thy will be done. See, it was his flesh fighting against his spirit. But who's gonna win here? Not that flesh, because that flesh don't have the power of his spirit. You see, so he was going all the way. Not his will, he say, Father Yah, but thy will. Verse 43. And he came and found them asleep again, for their eyes were very heavy. And he left them and went away again. Okay, let him go and sleep. And prayed the third time, saying the same words. Then cometh he, verse 45, to his disciples and said unto them, it's okay, y'all. Sleep on now and take your rest. Behold, the hour is at hand that the Son of Man, you see Son of Man, that's Yeshua. Hamashiach is the Son of Yah. This is the Son of Man. Hamashiach is the Son of Yah. Okay. Son of Man is betrayed into the hand of the sinners. 46, rise, let us be going. Let us be going. Behold, he is at hand that doeth betray me. That brought me comfort. And I knew that it was the Comforter who gave me comfort to see how Yeshua had that same issue when he was in great sorrow in the flesh. And all he wanted them to do is to watch with him. And they weren't even willing to do that. It wasn't in them. Isn't that deep? It was not there. So it brought me comfort to realize it's okay. You can take them, but you can't get them to drink water. You see, you can't take them. You can take them, you can't get them to thirst. You can take them, you can't get them to want to thirst. Let's put it like that. This here, that the gift of the Most High Yah, it is freely given and freely received to those who freely accept it and to those who freely receive. So that's what he gave me in this here that I just put out. Watch with me. He had everything they needed. And all he wanted from them was to watch with me. So anyone have any, we have a lot of things going on in the world today. And I'm gonna share something with you all. And I know you all are gonna not, I ain't gonna say I know you all going to, let me not say that. I just said it as a phrase. It doesn't really mean that. But let me change that. There is a lot of issues that's going on. And within me, so deep rooted in me, is so much information. I put it like that, till it's off the chain. I'm trying to understand, how is it people are getting caught up in all of this politics? How is it people are using the politics as a shield to what is actually taking place? Why are people using Republican and Democratic to be the issue of what all that's taking place? And then the beast sits in the back playing all kind of music and preparing his plan. Can we stop the beast? No, we cannot. But he that should be greater in thee should allow you to see him for who he is. And if you're not able to see him for who he is, you need to head back to the altar. You see, and that's where we at when Sister Deborah said, in this day. Why? Because this day is what the prophets spoke about. This day is a day like no other. This day is the day he spoke of the judgment on the whole house of Israel. This day is he's going to bring Babylon to its knees, to its knees. It's already at its knees. It's already, no, it's not at its knees. It's down. It's so much is going on, but people's mind is focused so far distance for what is right on their plate. And I'm like, but Father, I can see the plate is just clearly have this in it, this, and no one is really recognizing what they have sitting right in front of them. Okay, let's cover some things. All this stuff that's going on with Republicans and Democrats, you hear pastors, let me so-called pastors, so-called bishops, so-called leaders getting caught up in all the politics. What connection does the politics has for this day, for what the prophets spoke of, what the prophecy spoke of? The prophecies, it didn't speak of the politics. Y'all ever thought of that? It didn't tell you what the Republicans and the Democrats or this the politics here and no, because it's vain and it's vast. It is a shield to protect the beast and what he's doing. It's to get the minds, and it's so I hate to say excellent plan, because they're getting everybody's focus off really what is going on in the back. And then this is where things start coming forward. Everybody goes, why they can't do that? They doing it. No, everybody's shocked. When y'all said, Deborah, I've been giving them warnings since the beginning of time. They haven't taken heed to not one, and they're not going to this time. And I guess that's another part of me being able to discern the spirits and not seeing them being able to grip. Because I'm like saying, Father, but they can't see that. And he has to tell me they can't see unless he opened their eyes to see. He said they can't hear unless he opened their eyes to hear. So it's like it's a blessing, because that means that we as humans are totally limited to what the power of Yah is capable of doing. And he knows what he wants to do and how he want to do it. So I'm looking at all the things like the the firing of workers if they don't get the V. Well, what I don't, the part that bothers me is they're talking about firing people and getting rid of the military if you don't get the V, the airline if you don't get the V, okay, the hospitals, the healthcare if you don't get the V, all these major things that keep this society running. The beast is in the back saying, I don't care. It's time to rumble. And I get him. I get exactly what he's doing. He said, look, I'm on the back. I'm ruling it all. I'm a step front, but I'm on the back. I'm ruling it all, and I don't care, because it's part of the plan. It's people. If Sister Deborah say to you all that Babylon has already fallen, and everybody acts as if Babylon has not fallen, then the Most High will stand back and say, okay, I send my prophet, and they still not hearing them. So, okay, let's stand back and let them see it fall onto them. Because what is happening, I'm sitting here listening to people who've been ministering to people on this devil platform for a long time. And it's blowing my spiritual mind. Because I'm saying, but Father, they've been teaching these people a long time, but yet they can't even see the beast right in the back of them. They can't even see him. They can't see the beast in the back of them. But that they started teaching and preaching, and it's worldly, from the flesh. They started teaching from the flesh and preaching from the flesh and running their gap from the flesh, and don't see no spirit and truth nowhere around. But the beast is right behind them. The beast is right behind them. cutting up from the floor up. If they get rid of the military, if because they don't get the shot, a lot of people lose their jobs in the healthcare. If the airlines shut down, if all the Walmart shut down, all of this is him in the back's plan. See, the plan is not for people. The plan is not for people to keep their jobs. And they don't get it. Poor things. They just don't get it. But y'all say, because they refuse to hear. And because they hear not, the unexpected is behind them. And he's sitting here saying, I don't care if the whole hospital's shut down in the whole country. That's part of my plan. I don't care if the United States don't have a military. That's the plan, y'all. That's the plan of the man that's in the back. And we sit here around here thinking, oh, but these people retired, and the police department is all these people in the police people are quitting their job. People. It's the plan. And it's an excellent one, Sister Deborah can say. Very excellent. Because when this beast come in and the things he be doing, he be so swift. I'm like, Father, how did he get it? What? They don't see that. They don't see. How did he? You see? He come in, do what he got to do. He about what he's going to do. Right behind him, cutting up from the floor. The country has fallen. Go to Revelation and hear the angel say, Babylon has fallen. It was always in there like that. But if you know anything about spirit and truth, you can hear the angel say, Babylon has fallen. That's if you're in the spiritual walk. You can hear him actually saying it. Because the reality is, Babylon has fallen. What is happening now has no relevance to the fact that Babylon already down. Babylon is already down, y'all. What is happening now is what you called the one world government system. This country has to be the first one in line for the one world government system. This has to be the first country for martial law. This has to be the first country. And how can they get all of that? And to their no jobs, to business closed down, and to hospitals are not working, and to banks are closed, and to Walmarts are closed, stores are closed, food are out. They got the control over the cattle. They got the control over the farms. That's the only way it's going to work, according to what? What has been prophesied. But you got the preachers, the so-called. You got the so-called watchmen, seers, Moors, teachers, pastors, bishops, priests, prophets, prophetess, talking all this yang, and don't even see the beast right behind them on their backs. But Father Yah says, Deborah, this need be. They didn't listen then. They ain't gonna take heed to the warning now. But it ain't gonna stop me from keeping my word. I'm gonna always send mine to take out the warning. They're sitting complaining about Republicans and Democrats. That's the cover up. The beast cares nothing about you resigning. The beast cares nothing about you not getting the mark. The beast cares nothing about none of that because he knows it's already been prophesied that he's going to get the majority and the minority and all others going his way. You think he's concerned about Walmart's closing? Food not in the stores? Trucks? They don't care about no trucks being able to deliver the food. They got to bring this system into a one world control power. And they got this country already. That's why this country is already down. They got their minds. They got them in fear. They got their minds. They fear and control. He got them. Babylon is in full fear and control. So they losing it. Oh, okay. If you ain't gonna get the shot, you lose your job. You can't work. But then you hear these other people monkeying around, telling these people on this devil platform, it ain't the mark. It ain't the mark of the beast. So why the prophetess and the prophets are saying it's the mark of the beast? It's the beast. He's loose. Oh, they ain't listening to that. They listen to what people are saying and thinking, oh, we going back to normal. Things are getting a little bit better. People who are going out resigning because they don't want the mark. They don't want to take the mark. That's good. That's really good. But you better have the Most High Yah living in your temple. You better have him living in the midst of you when you take that walk out of a job because you say you don't want to get the mark. Not wanting to get the mark is excellent. It's wonderful. It's good. It instills faith and trust. But you got to have that faith in the right area, and you got to have that trust in the right place. Because what the beast is saying, I don't care if you resign. I don't care if they don't have defund the police. They don't need the police. What we got prepared, waiting for them to defund them so we can get the full control. And you got these darn Negroes talking, yeah, we're going to defund the police. They doing this to they. Wait. So you already ready for the beast. You are fully ready. I'm going to tell you something the Spirit told me today. And I just learned this today. And that's why I spoke about it. He said that when it says, and they worship the beast, he said, that's what everybody's doing. He said, they already worshiping. Big time. And I said, Father, you mean? And then he began to tell me when people think they resigning from jobs, quitting their jobs in great numbers, they actually thinking that they're hurting the system or they're sending a message. No, baby, you're bowing down to the beast. You're worshiping the beast. Because when it all said and done, you're doing exactly what their plan intended. What could they have done, Deborah? They could have gotten together and they could have done what they refuse to do in this country. And that is unite as one. Now, is it going to stop the beast? No, it's already prophesied, but it'll bag that thing back. It will bag it back. It ain't saying that it's not going to happen, but it will bag that beast all the way back. But because they muzzled your mouth and got you in fear and control, that's it. I said to myself, Father, if they come back around again like that and making that mandatory and that heavy like that, there's no turning back. He said it's not, because it's going to be forever change, never returning back to the norm. He been told me that, but just this part where this other round where they made this mandatory, look how they clammed on top. If that's not worshiping the beast is when he tell you to do this, and you, yes sir, at everything he says. To what? This whole country, as Sister Deborah stand here today, is bowing down and worshiping the beast. They are bowing down and worshiping the beast. And you would never, ever get one person on this YouTube devil platforms and all these other devil platforms to teach that to you all. Because they don't know spirit and truth, nor do they want to give you any information that they don't have themselves, because they're not who you all think they are. And I like who they are now. Don't get me wrong. I love who they are, because he prophesies the great falling away, and many going to be deceived. He prophesies that. You see? So that's all good. That's why I say that's perfect. That's good, because that shows me that your word is standing so tall. It goes beyond the heavens, because everything is actually right in front of our face and we're portraying like we don't see any of it and walking in there. So we're running around. I don't know if you all remember a year and a half, I was talking about the beast was loose. And I've also spoken to you all about the mark, the 666, and the chip. And I was telling you it's in 3 stages, and each stage has its like the first stage is fear and control. They did it. They nailed it with the fear and control. They brought that biochemical out. They did what they did to make people think that this is something. They knew the plan was going to work. And they played it for all that it's worked. Then they came back and said, we put another one in there, Delta. We go, that's how they're going to get them every time until they have destroyed these people in this country to the point where the people are going to be taking each other's lives, stealing and killing. And then they're going to come in and they're going to wipe them away. They're going to kill them by great numbers. They're going to lock them up in camps. They're going to do all kind of things. And if you think for 1 minute that you don't have no respect for the judgment of the Most High in the house of Israel, guess what? If you walk around here and you pretend and teach these people and mislead these people and deceive them like you've been doing for years, as if there's no judgment in the midst of them, y'all show up and show out. They want to think that I ain't bringing my judgment. I tell you what, hold up. I'm coming, Deborah. They know I'm coming. They don't know who they're dealing with. Because when he's sending somebody to warn you, you got to, in this day, respect that he is who he say he is, and he's going to do what he say he's going to do. Not sit and buckle up. Oh, no, we ain't being judged. Why? He'll let the beast take his right hand power, and just smear y'all tails up and down. Then y'all be hooping and hollering looking for him. But that'll be your judgment. That's why I tell a lot of them on this platform, I tell them all the time, that's why these men are the way that they are today. That's why our women are taking the lives of their children away. The judgment. He's letting any and everything happen. Why? Because you got the beast right hand smearing you all up in your judgment. And you walking around here, it ain't no judgment. Ain't nothing going on. It's okay. Everything. So that's how people are living. That's how I see people. They living as if it's nothing wrong with what is going on. And then he said, all of a sudden, Deborah, they don't even understand when he said, come out of her. Come out of her. Even these people on this Deborah platform, he's speaking to you. Run over to Patriots. Run over to Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. No matter where you run, you still all up in her when you refuse to tell the truth of the matter of who my Father Yah is. And I don't mean just his name. I mean who he is, who he stands for, and where he's at today in this day and time. They ain't gonna tell you. Beast right on their back. Every nationality in the state of this United States of America, the beast is on your back and you're worshiping him, whether you like it or you know it and you accept it or not. You're worshiping him. He said, put your mask on. And not only do I want it over your mouth, I want it over your nose. Close down this job. Don't let them work. Do this and do that and do this and do that. And y'all, this is what's going on. And can't see that you're already worshiping the beast. It's deep. And then you get these Negro people on this devil platform teaching any and everything. Now they're going back to their vomit. When I say that is, they're going back to the Caucasian to get their information. Now they're putting the Caucasians on their videos so that they can tell you what's going on. And I'm like, look at here, Father. It was a minute they didn't want to have nothing to do with them. Now they putting them on to tell you what's going on. And I'm like, but you the children. You awakening. So why is it you got these Europeans telling you what's actually going on when the Ruach HaKodesh sends his to warn you? You don't take heed to them. Guess what? Y'all let you go on and keep on. And I sit back and I watch these brothers. Now, when you look at they videos, they showing you clips of what white people are saying. I'm like, wait a minute, didn't you say they was weren't they our oppressors? Wait a minute, weren't they the heathens and they did this and they did that at one time? How did you all go back to them to clarify, identify, and justify what's going on today? And I said, and I watched it. I said, what the crap is that? They're doing it. They're doing it big time. That's they only because they didn't talk to you all and mislead you all for so long. They bringing you back, the Europeans, to tell you what's going on in the world. But the truth be told is you are worshiping the beast right now. That's where he's at. Yeah, he's in the back. He's right in the back. He don't care about you resigning. He don't care about you quitting your job because you didn't get the V. Because he know when it all said and done, you ain't gonna have any hospital. You ain't gonna insurance. You ain't gonna have no food, no water. You ain't gonna have a place to stay. You ain't gonna pay your bill. See the beast. See how smart. See how smart he is. He in the back saying, "Come on, quit your job. You gonna have me to control you in a few minutes." I'm going to bring this into a one world. This is going to be a one power. And they starting with the United States because the United States is not owned by the people, nor by the government or the system. It's owned by another country based on how they have stole, killed, destroyed others. And now they are bankrupts. They don't have anything, so they have to give up the land. So when you go to these fast food places and these restaurants and you go to the stores, you wonder why all the stores is all messed up and they dirty and they don't care about the outside. The restaurants, they don't clean windows, dirty and everything. You know what that got to do with? Especially in our neighborhood. It's because those that own these things, they are not the owner no longer. You see, someone over in another country, and they call themselves having people to manage the place, but they just don't, no one gives a rat. That's where we at. Because the beast is standing in the back of us, and he's saying, okay, worship me, put your mask on. Worship me, get that mark. Worship me, close them stores down. Get them out the military if they ain't gonna get my shot. He's calling all the grounds, and we standing around here bowing down to him. That's the worship. That is the worship. When people sit and fuss and fight with you because you didn't get the mark and they have. And it's and reason why you know it's the beast is because when you hear, say for instance, you hear 1,500 people in one hospital quit because they didn't want to take the V. Do you think the beast is concerned about them not taking his mark? You think he concerned about them 1,500 leaving? No, he ready to close it down anyway, because that's where this country is at. It's already falling. They just got to get all the debris to go down with it. They got to get the hospitals, the banks, the stores, the farms, everything to go down into one. Cave in all the debris, just like they did 9/11. They got to blow it up from the bottom so it can cave in from the top. You see? You better watch yourself. People need to learn to hear what the Most High Yah is saying. He that has an ear, let him hear. He didn't say ears. He said an ear, because that's the Ruach. You see, these things going on, and people are saying, "Oh, people losing their jobs, and they're doing this," and they really thinking. This is what people are thinking, and I'm gonna give you all something to think about. People really thinking because people are police departments are closing down and fire departments are closing down because they don't have a job. Y'all, wake up! That's a part of the beast plan. How is he gonna get all them in control if all of them are working and everybody's moving about doing their thing, getting work, getting benefits, getting health care, getting everything? He got to call all the debris to cave in, and that's what he's doing. You either get my mark or you don't work. But guess what's going to happen? After the mark, there's going to be a chip. You see? To identify those who got and those who don't. And that's going to cause a war within a war in this country. Because those that have received the mark, They're going to make it hard for those who have not, who have quit their job, who don't have any life insurance, who don't have any health insurance, who don't have any dental insurance no longer, who don't have any money to last for a year. They don't have any benefits. They don't have any food, no water. See, right now they can hold out and they can think, what can I do? What can I do? When it all said and done, it's all caving in according to the will of the beast, the plan. It was prophesied by the Most High Yah, but nobody took the prophecy serious. So now it's going to go on and fulfill what it's going to fulfill, and then everybody going to be looking crazy, want to take each other's life like our nation are doing right now. I heard them say, Denzel Washington said that the Most High, he heard the voice of the Most High said, feed my sheep. And I'm looking like, wait a minute, bro. After you done lived your life, you done ate from the world, you done got the wealth that they have gotten, and now Yah is telling you to feed his sheep. Come on now, Yah. He said, be careful for those who say, here he is over here, out here in the desert. Be careful, don't go out. Because there's people like Denzel Washington that would actually make you think that he is a man that now called here. Until Denzel Washington is able to stand on any platform and proclaim that he is a Hebrew Israelite man. He is a man of the Most High Yah, and proclaim it and tell the Europeans what they have done. Man, you ain't walking in Yah, because you same thing you got from them. See if they're willing to hear you now. You see, it ain't gonna be like that. He won't do that. Same thing with Oprah and Tyler Perry. None of them would do it, because the underground power already didn't charge them not to help their people. And I kind of feel sad for them, because they're going down with Babylon, and they're going to hit head first, and because they have fed from the whore. They have ate the plate at the whore's table. And then you come up saying the Most High said, feed his sheep. Wait a minute, hold up. Can he do that? Yes, he can. The one I come to know, he can do whatever he want to do. He can use whoever he want to use. But I myself, as a prophetess being taught by the Ruach, Father, I got a question if that's the case. This man have ate from the plate of the whore, and have gained from them, and never turned to look at your people. Not even the community, not even nothing. But now y'all telling you to feed his sheep. Feed them what? Come on now. But back to like what I was saying. The worship is already full blown. People all over the United States are worshiping the beast. That's why you don't see nobody buckling up against losing 200 employees at this hospital, losing 1,500 at this hospital, losing this and losing that. Nobody cares. Why? Because they're worshiping the will of the beast. That's what they're doing. They're worshiping the beast. It didn't dawn on you all how these little restaurants said you have to get the shot, else you can't. If you can't show that you got the shot, you can't come in. You know how ignorant they are. They cannot even see that they are worshiping the beast, and their little restaurant ain't gonna last no time. Because without the customers, you're not gonna last. And all the ones that the beast then lied and told y'all that got beat up, no, the number is not as great as the media, which is the beast's right hand, has informed people. That's a lie. Okay, so all these restaurants trying to abide by the beast rule, and no one can see that. Everybody trying to buy these companies, or we can't, these hospitals and all these other companies, or we got to abide by the standards of faith, and we have to make it a mandate that you take the mark. You see, they ain't looking at it as, wait a minute, if they don't take it, I lose employees, and if I lose employees, this business going down. This company going down. Somewhere they might be thinking the government is going to boost them back up and give them what they lost from the people, from the labor. No, they're not. They're going down. Your whole ideal is to bring that company down. The whole ideal of the beast plan, I know I'm telling on you, the whole idea of the beast plan is to bring all things in the United States caving down the debris. It's already fallen. It's fell. Now the beast trying to bring it down. Everything. Everything. They don't care about if you have a heart attack, you need to go to the hospital. The beast don't care about that. He didn't care about 9/11 when he set that up. So he don't care. He ain't gonna care about nothing else. He didn't care about on all four corners of the United States taking these people's houses through a so-called foreclosure. This man been doing this for quite some time. And yes, it is a person. Matter of fact, it's several. So Sister Deborah was saying to you all, it's the part that I sit and I'm waiting for. I'm sitting here waiting. Okay, they're gonna be worshiping the beast. They're gonna be worshiping the Most High. I said, Deborah, what do you think they're doing? I'm like, oh no, but he coming when he get them where he want them, they're gonna be worshiping. He said, no, they worship him already. Put that mask on. Get that mark. Anything he says, close some stores down. Stay 6 foot apart. Little things he have great power in already that causes men, women, boys, and girls. I sit and I look at the schools. Y'all don't see the chaos going in the schools with the system? At least here in Missouri, the school system is all out of whack. Their computers. I went into a store today. What store was that? Oh, that was Walmart. I went into Walmart today and their whole computer system was whacked out. See, the beast is in the back. Yeah, I know you back there. The beast is in the back and he's showing himself to those that Yah has given the eyes to see and the ears to hear his voice. And I thank the Most High for that. And I have I've gained something from him informing me of these things because it brings me to another level of receiving and understanding the comforter that's coming to give you information so you can be comfort and you can know he that endure until the end shall and will be saved. What is the endurance? Knowing the truth of the matter, but yet walking therein and seeing everything that's taking place and beholding it and taking it in and enduring it until the end. That's what people don't know about the endurance power. It's enduring exactly what Yeshua HaMashiach endured. He was 100% righteous, walking around with a 100% unrighteous. And he said not a word who he was. You see, he walked 100% righteous amongst 100% unrighteous. And he endured all that unrighteous, but he endured. So a lot of people don't understand what this endurance is. It's when he has revealed to you righteousness and he have caused you to live therein. Behold it when you see it and walk therein. Now you got to endure something. Yes, you got to endure because you can see over here that that's wrong. You can see unrighteous, injustice. That's wrong. You can see the beast. Yeah, he in the back. That's wrong. You can see all this stuff, but what can you do? Endure until the end. Endure what, Father? That which you see that is righteous. And know that which is unrighteous. But you got to endure it until the end. So I hope someone gotten something out of that. It might not have seemed like it was very much, but I got blessed tonight. I got blessed. Like I told you earlier today, when he told me it's a form of worshiping, and I'm sitting here waiting for, wait a minute, when the beast get them to worshiping him, it's going to be like this. It's going to be, he said, no, Deborah, they already worshiping him. And when he told me that mass was, I said, I was too then. Yes, you are. The mass is a form of fear and control, a form of worshiping him through the fear and control that he has over us. And he has done it successfully. just as smooth. And these people, I get on this platform and I hear these people talking and preaching, call themselves teaching people stuff, and it don't mean nothing. It is not even preparing them to get ready, get ready, get ready. And it does, it really, it feels kind of sad that people are looking at, oh, if I'm gonna quit because they making me get the D and I'm not gonna take it, so I'm gonna quit. That's fine and dandy. It doesn't matter, baby. See, that's why he let Solomon keep saying to me, Deborah, it's raining back. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. See, and we're thinking that, okay, it matters and it's something because we'll show them, we'll 1,500 of us to stop working. The police department to close down, the fire department to close down, and all these all over the United States. And when you finish, baby, guess what? You worshiping the beast. You worshiping the beast because that's what he wanted. That's what he needed. He needed to bring all to cave in so that he can bring it up and have full power. And he can't have power if everybody's doing their daily duties of life. He got to bring it down to the ground with the state, the country itself is already down. So he got to bring everything else down to the lowest term. And once he get everything down, people thinking, oh, if I leave my job because I can't get it. No, I'm going to find one over here. Let me tell y'all, until you find my most high Yah, you're walking in midnight time. You're walking in the last evil, wicked days you ain't never seen before. You ain't never felt. You ain't never understood. That's what day we're in. And the reason why Sister Deborah can sound so bold and blunt is because Sister Deborah, believe it or not, I've been saying this and talking like this for a long time, since I was in high school. To me, it's just like, hey, I see it at the core now, Father, y'all. People ain't been listening since then. They ain't listening now. They ain't going to listen because Solomon told me already. Everybody that Ezekiel, Isaiah, Jeremiah, when they come telling me this stuff, what am I going to prepare for? To endure. That's it. That's it. So I'm going to tell you again, you are already worshiping the beast. And you can call it what you want to. And getting the only thing about the mark, I can call it the mark. They calling it everything else, and they taking all these people videos down on YouTube. Look how powerful that is. You all up on YouTube taking everybody off that has something to say about any of this that the beast is doing. Oh, I got your number. You behind me. That's all right. You behind me, but that's where you gonna stay. You gonna stay right behind me. That's it. But they gonna come here and they gonna tell these, they telling them everything, and they doing all of this, but no one is really paying any attention to really what they trying to do. The beast is trying to bring the thing, everything falling down, like 9/11. They trying to bring everything down. That's the only way he gonna come and get everything in control and make everybody say, oh, we'll take the chip. We'll take the mark. We'll take whatever. We'll do it. We'll do it. That's the only way he gonna be able to do it. He can't do it if you work in your job. He can't even do it if you're a policeman. He got to have his martial law. They don't need policemen. They waiting for their martial law to come in. So they gonna wait until the naive Negroes, especially, and everybody else, time to defund the police, defund them, yeah, so we can bring in the martial law. Come on, so we can bring in ours, bring them on down. I'm all for it. Let's do it, y'all. Let's do it. That's how the beast is thinking. That's how he's feeling. That's how he's rumbling. And everything he's doing is gonna be fulfilled. Because my father in the heavens has prophesied it already. So he ain't doing nothing that my father don't already know, and he already prepared me for. And I thank him, number one, for who he is all by himself, for his Ruach HaKodesh, and for his gifts of discerning, his gift of interpreting tongues, his gift of interpreting dreams, his gift of being able to try the spirit by the spirit, and everything that he has his gift of faith, his gift of endurance. Thank you for branding me for your name's sake, Father. Thank you, Father. Yeah. And I thank you for spirit and truth. I thank him for that. Yes. He's all that and some, and I thank him for that, y'all. I really do. I ain't gonna say I really do because he already know who I am in him, you know. So I thank him for all of that. Um, so as you see, the politics, all of this is a hoax, y'all. This is all to throw everyone off, and it's doing an excellent job. I'm gonna give them that too. I'm gonna give you that too. They're doing an excellent job. Got these ignorant so-called pastors and bishops and all them arguing and fussing about Republicans and what the Democrats doing. Baby, this thing is bigger than a Democratic. This thing is bigger than a Republican. This thing is bigger than that. Even the battle is going to be fought, going to be bigger than that. So what are you talking about? This thing is bigger than people, 1,500 people leaving their job. This thing is bigger than business closes, restaurants wanting you to get the shot. It's bigger than that. The restaurant people too ignorant to see it. It's bigger than that. What it means is you're coming down. Everything about to die. Everything about to cave in. Get with that. That's what you need to be getting with. Whether you know it or not, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. No, let me stop saying it's coming. It's here. Because if I today just found out that we are worshiping the beast, wait a minute. And I'm sitting here waiting for it. And you mean to tell, yes, Deborah, what you thought that was? I said, but Father, y'all, you said that power, fear, and control was the first 6. Testing and the shot was the second 6. Chip and the 666 mark is the third chip. And that's it. But you mean we worshiping them chips? We worshiping the 66 and the beast and already? You see how that's why Sister Deborah says he came in swift, came straight in, but he came in during that time. I kept asking the Father a year and a half, what is this I'm seeing? What? Because I was trying to figure out who was that come in like that and got everybody in control. Every business closing, every school closing, everybody muzzled mouth in their homes as well. Everybody, it was just people dying. And Father, what is this going on? What is this? He said, Deborah, the beast is loose. Now, I knew it was something. I knew it was something. It wasn't normal. It wasn't normal for all that to be going on. And I'm seeing it from the wilderness. Wait a minute. What you doing? How you gonna do? What? How y'all gonna do? Father, wait a minute, Deborah, calm down, the beast is loose. That's just how calm he said it. Calm down, the beast is loose. I said, I knew it was something. I knew it was something. It's no way the beast can be as loose as he was. At last my Father loosed him. He couldn't have got loose like that until the Most High loosed him. And I'm running around here like a chicken with his neck cut off, trying to figure and piece this stuff together, trying to figure out what's going on. Wait a minute. Why am I seeing this? Why are they doing this? Why are they doing this? Why are they letting them do this? And then you going to tell me, oh, the beast is loose. I said, okay, I'm okay now. I'm okay now. When his word is fulfilled, I'm good. I'm good. I don't care what's going on in this world. As long as my Father's word is being fulfilled and it's walking itself out, that's all that matters. That's all that matters to me. That's all that matters. Sister Deborah ain't looking for the promised land. I'm looking for the eternal land, the new Jerusalem. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, you can wake me and shake me in the days to come, but I can sleep. But when that new Jerusalem come down, Father, here I am. Wake me up. All this other crap, no. And it's so much got to happen, y'all. It is so much sorrow and pain has to happen. It has to happen before Yeshua HaMashiach come back. It's got to happen, y'all, because we have forsaken him for too long. It has to happen. These things need be. These things going to happen. The sorrow going to be great. The wicked is going to be high. It's going to be like a day of no other day. So you got to be able to feel this thing. And that's what Sister Deborah is saying. When I'm saying, I feel like when I'm saying things and they don't know how potent and pure of what I'm saying is, and I'm like, okay, and I can discern that they ain't getting it. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, Father, wait a minute, wait. Oh, she said, no, Deborah, this need be. They might not get it now, but they will. They will. Now I'm to the point where he said they worshiping the beast already. And I never gave that a thought, but it is. We're doing everything he tells us to do. We're worshiping. We're worshiping the beast. So when we're in the process of why we're worshiping him, guess what? He's bringing everything down according to his plan. And people really think they hurting the system. They hurting America because they retire and they leave it. I feel sad for them because this is the minds of this country that was so wicked and evil all these years, never coming to what is righteous and just. So now they eat of that which they lived all this time. And then you see them and they thinking that they're going to make a difference because they still got this mentality. I'm white, so I'm right. Baby, you ain't seen nothing. You ain't even know what color you are when this is said and done. You see, you ain't gonna even know who's who or what's what. You're gonna be running and so much is gonna be taking place. Let me tell y'all, you think the Hebrew Israelite gonna be on here saying, we the children, we the children, we Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You think they're gonna be saying that by and by? I don't think so. Matter of fact, I know so. I know so. So that's what I'm saying. The things that is set before us, that needs to happen to us as everybody. It needs to happen because the way we did my creator, we deserve what we're going to get. We deserve because we ain't never got a tail whooping yet. That's what I think. That's the way I feel. I ain't no shame in it. We ain't got our tails whooped by my father yet. And that's what we need. We need a good tail whooping. And don't think you're going to escape what is about to happen without getting that good tail whooping before all this is over. Because you're going to get the tail whooping. It's coming. So you can walk around and think that, oh, I got it made and, oh, I got the Holy Spirit, all you want. You better get with that light and get with what is right, which is righteousness. Know that it's only one gate that shall find righteousness. So therefore, don't look for everybody to walk therein because they looking for the broad gate to their flesh. They ain't looking for the narrow gate. So I say unto you all, I hope you got something out of what I said. Let me see, did I cover that? The all the stuff that they're doing is all a cover up. Everything they're doing is cover up. Oh, they talking about closing the politics again. They talking about closing the government system. So what? Close it down. Close it down. They do that during this time of year every year, but they normally do it like in November. Look like they cutting up from the floor around about now. But it don't matter. It don't matter because I don't think that, I ain't gonna say I think, I know for a fact that the things that's happening and it's right before us, it's gonna go all the way. It's gonna be fulfilled. Everything's gonna be fulfilled. So that's all Sister Deborah can say. It's all of it gonna walk itself out. And I ain't talking about walking itself out and get better. If you think that, keep on thinking it. And it's nothing wrong with knowing that the prophecies are coming to pass according to his will. That is like the 10 virgins. 5 had oil and 5 didn't. Long as you got your oil in your lamp, they had to hear the cry. They had to hear, in a sense, the trumpet, the cry. Then they had to trim their lamp. So it wasn't like they were already 100. They just had what? The oil. And that's all Sister Deborah is saying. Make sure you got oil in your lamp. Make sure you got the light. Okay? Make sure that he is in you. You know? And when I say make sure, the things I'm saying to y'all will sit and think that I'm somebody crazy when I tell you, know the spirit of the Most High Yah. He's the comforter, and he is. He will comfort you. I know when he comforting me. He is a revealer. He's been showing me stuff since I was 3 years old that shall come. So how would I deny who he is? He's a teacher of all things. He don't just teach me what this is saying and break this in and out. He teach me other things outside that's in the world. He gives me prophecies. He lets me see. And he brings things back to my remembrance. Because those 2 dreams, he's going to bring them back. He's all that and some. And I will be a fruitcake if I sit and deny who he is. Why would I need to stand on this devil platform and tell you he ain't who he is when I know he has proven himself to me? See, that's what people don't want to hear. They don't want to hear that. But Sister Deborah is saying, giving you a blessing. Those are the characteristics of who he is that you should be able to identify within you. When you say something and you do something wrong, he's supposed to be able to tell you, wait a minute, hold up, shut your mouth. Why you say that? Don't say that. That's not nice. And if you don't feel you can be told that by him, then you need to kick rocks. Because that's who he is. He's a chastiser. But he only chastises those that he loves. He don't love you, he could care less. Kick rocks. Yes, he come to you in dreams and vision. He has to. A lot of people running around here, oh, I got a dream, I had a dream. Okay, come on to Deborah. Because one thing Sister Deborah never told a lot of people, she don't go around there bragging about, I am an interpreter of dreams. And being since I was a young girl. Most of us dreaming what we desiring, what we saw on TV, what we thought about, what we heard. But let me tell you something. When he has to give you a dream, when he has to take you to a vision, it's because you're too ignorant to keep still so he can give it to you while you woke. So he got to wait till you in the midnight hour or sleep so he can put it in your spirit. He had to give you things in vision and dreams because he couldn't give Abraham nothing until he was in a vision and a dream. He couldn't give John nothing in his flesh. He had to make sure he was in a vision. Everything God gave, he gave to you in a vision or a dream. Yes, now he comes and he lives in us and he talks to us from that level. But when he's trying to get you to see or hear what he's saying, he shut your tail down. And he come to you in visions and dreams. Why? Because you can't keep your mouth closed. People don't understand. I tell people, learn to sleep with your mouth closed. Maybe by the time you wake up, you've been and learned something. Because people are running their mouth when they go to bed. They run in their mouth so much, they dream about what they said. They dream about what they read. They dream about what they see on TV. They dream about the movie they saw. They dream about what they read in the papers. They dream about what they saw on the news. That means their mouth is still running. But I'm going to tell you all something now you never knew. From the beginning to the end, the only time he dealt with us is when he put our tails in the spirit. In the spirit of a vision or a dream. Because that's his only way. He can get us to shut our ugly mouth long enough to take heed to what he has to say. He got to come to the spirit realm. So a lot of people that's having dreams, if you ain't got the Ruach HaKodesh, he ain't coming to your nasty spirit, nor your nasty mind, your body, period. So all them dreams you having is wicked and evil. Only times he's going to come to bring you dreams and vision like he did Abraham. He counted him righteous. So you got to be counted righteous for him to bring you vision and dreams. They come to me and they say, oh, I had a dream this. I had a dream this. I had a dream this. And I'm going, okay. Then I start putting in dreams and realize these people just telling stories, not because they stories of lies, of stories of things that they actually feed in their own flesh, and their flesh trying to feed it to their spirit. And they're coming into dreams, trying to master them in dreams. And this is the season where you don't want to deal with people with a lot of dreams and visions. Nope. And that's what you see a lot. I know Josh, his place, they do a lot of hearing people's dreams and visions and all this here chaos. No. Nobody can be telling any dreams without an interpreter of dreams standing in the midst. See, they don't want to abide by God's word. Nobody don't want to do what he tell them to do. Nobody don't want to do it his way. You ain't got nobody speaking in tongues unless they're an interpreter. You ain't got nobody interpreting dreams and visions unless there's an interpreter. Many times people who have dreams and visions, they are also interpreters of visions and dreams. A lot of times. You see? But when you get into a congregation, don't make your congregation about everybody's dreams. Because you're bringing in spirits. You're bringing in spirits. A lot of people ain't never read the word in the spirit realm to know that Abraham wasn't counted righteous in his flesh. He was counted righteous in his spirit. And when he was counted, he was in a vision. You see? This is showing you how far we think we are so close, but we're so distant from really who he is and what he's saying for. We really are. It's so much to love about him. It's so much to love on him for. It is so much to be thankful and grateful for. It is so much about him. And when I was reading this here yesterday, and it was telling me about Yeshua, Deborah, he said, watch with me. That's what all prophets and prophetess desire. Somebody to watch with me. And then when I heard the Son of Man in such great sorrow and heartache, and all he wanted them to do was watch 1 hour with him. And they could. And they were his disciples. You see? So this journey is one of if between you and the Most High Yah. It ain't got nothing to do with who's on the left, who's on the right. Mama, daddy, husband, wife, children, uncles, aunt, cousin, friends. Oh, okay. You want to rumble that way? Go on to the flesh. But to tell the truth, to be told, the relationship you got to make sure you have is between him and you. Because when it's between you and him and you, he said, you abide in me and I abide in you. When hell hit the ground, he gonna be there to stomp on it. For your name's sake. Bam. For your name's sake, he's gonna do it. But if you're not found, people really think because we the Hebrew Israelite, we the children of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, but they don't even understand what he means by that. They still don't understand. But because they went searching all these other books, all the missing books, oh, they know Torah, they know Greek, they know Hebrew. He said, I tell you what, you know it yourself since you got it. Since you got it, okay, it's yours. You can have it. Now, you can have it and you can deceive all the ones that's going to be deceived because I already know who's deceived and who's going to be deceived. I got mine written in the Lamb Book of Life. I had it before the foundation of the world. What belonged to me is coming back to me. I don't care what they did, what they said, how they act. They're coming back to me because they left me. And those that left me, that didn't leave me, that got kicked out, they ain't coming back here. So I know whose mine is. I got it written down. And I already told y'all I'm going to pull that thing out. And they going to be found in there. So if you think you got a choice to get your butt in that Lamb Book of Life, you go ahead, shoot for it and see if you get in there. You better know who you are in him and who he is in you. And the only way you're going to know that is through spirit and truth. So Sister Deborah will say to you all, let's see here. And you know what else I was going to tell you when I see this subconscious, it's a conscious community. I don't know, a lot of the Hebrew Israelites are turning in that direction, especially our black men. A lot of our black men are conscious community. They're riding into that era, which is very wicked and evil. It really is. Because I did not know that they're getting to the point where they really don't believe in the higher power. And I'm like, y'all crazy as I don't know what. It's just that bad. They just don't want to sit. You have to be able to put your feet down on solid ground. And you got to stand still and know that he is who he said he is. You got to stand still and trust and know that I'm not going to move until you bless me, till you let me know who you are in me and I am in you. Help me to stand still. Even when he told you put on the whole armor, he knew that was all spirit. And then he tell you just stand. So if you got your whole armor on and a war coming after you, and you got your whole armor on, and here comes the army coming after you, and he telling you to stand. Just stand. Because he's telling you, I got this. I got this. That war he was talking about, put on your whole armor, was spirit and truth. A lot of people thinking they got their whole armor because they didn't master this Torah. Because they got they found all the lost books. They know this in Hebrew. Oh, I got the armor on. Yeah, you watching. You're going to die all kind of ways. That whole armor is real. It is spirit and it's truth. And that's why he said, once you get that on, you just stand. Because that's all you need to do. Because the war and the battle ain't even yours, it's his. He always had it. That's just like I told you, it's like a chess game. Whoever created this chess game is always the winner. Always the winner. The one that created the chess game win any and everybody that they play that plays against him. I don't care where you move and how you move. He already got a victory over the game. He already won because he's the creator of the chess game. He knows how to move and how to move in and how to move out and win the game in spite of it. Everything that's on the board, the chess board, belongs to him. So why is it he don't know how to win the game and he got all the pieces there that he created? When the Most High is like that, he created all pieces to the chess game. So that's how he knows how to get victory in all movements and anybody that comes up against him to play the game. Okay. Praise the Most High, Yah. Hallelujah. Thank you. Yes, he is. He who he say he is. He said, Deborah, hey, I am. I said, I am. Yeah, I am who I say I am. Who do you say I am? Okay. I say you the I am. He's the I am. He's holy. Because you remember when he tell us about the prayer, he say, holy be thy name. That's what hallow mean holy. Holy be thy name. See, we want to just put him in a black box because a lot of us been in our families or friends and all around our community, we've been put in black boxes. And that's how everyone sees us. But they never understood and never knew that in that black box, there was light and it shined bright. You know, I love that. I love that. I don't think so. I really don't. Because the things that's actually what reason why I question a lot about the Hebrew Israelites is I question a lot of it because the things that's actually has taken place in the last say 2 or 3 years, and I'm seeing it, and I felt if we are awakened and we are the people when we are to be trying to get things right, you know, but there's so much hate, there's so much dislike, and it is booming what our brothers are doing, and they're feeding from a lot of these people who are on these platforms. I know a lot of you all don't believe it, but a lot of these men that's teaching hate toward women, this is what is it's a spreading, and the Father said it's a spirit that's going out. It's a spirit of hate and murder. And I was like, only one can tell you that is Yah. Because these people, from what I see from the wilderness, everybody's in full denial. Ain't nobody paying no attention. Then when this white girl get killed, the whole media shine all on her. And I said, ain't nothing wrong with that. They can shine on her, but I should have been shining on ours. But because they're out there doing the killing and the murdering, killing your brothers every day, 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8, just killing them for nothing. Buying guns. This one man said, he said to me, he said, once we get together in numbers with our firearm and show them that we're fed up. You know what I said to him? I said, First of all, there won't be a number because you're killing each other up. Second of all, you're taking your firearm and killing each other. So you won't have no firearm to fight to say you're fed up. Do that make any sense? That's what you need to be thinking about. That's what you need to be concentrating on. How you gonna have any weapons to fight anybody? You're not. You're not. And people don't understand that. Women, men, y'all don't understand. You ain't gonna have nothing to fight. Your brothers out there killing their sisters. They out there killing their brothers. They taking their weapons and using them now in great numbers. Why you think there ain't nobody doing nothing about it? Because they letting them use their weapons up. They're the main one. The tribe of Judah is the main one. They ain't gonna have nothing to fight with. And y'all gonna let them be like that. A lot of them gonna get killed though. A lot of them gonna get killed. Big time. Big time. Come on. You can go back to Isaiah chapter 3. The end of Isaiah chapter 3, he tells you they're gonna get killed. The mighty men as well. Yes. And I know they ain't gonna teach it, nor they gonna preach it. And the sad thing about it, the women won't preach it and teach it either. Nobody want to teach it. That's the truth. Because see, they bypassing everything that they don't want you all to know, so you can be deceived in a newfound religion. But they ain't telling you the truth of the matter of what's really happening and what is before us. So I was telling him, how you gonna say that once we get come together in number and get our firearm and show them that we fed up? Wait a minute, hey, hold up. First of all, can't nobody deliver you out of their hands but the one that brought you to their hands. He is the only one can deliver you out of their hands. And if you think for 1 minute, numbers, you ain't united in nothing. So why you gonna unite with firepower to show the Europeans you fed up? Fed up with what? Killing your wives, killing your women, killing your daughters, killing your brothers on every side? Or you shouldn't show them that you fed up with that? Because once you pull up, they're going to bring you down at a blink of an eye. Just to show you your firepower, you use too much of it up. You ain't got nothing left. Too much hate. Yep, I heard about that. She sure did. And that's a lot of that starting to go on too. And I'm seeing it. Don't get me wrong now. I'm seeing this. Women taking their children. And you're going to sit and tell me there is that stuff is okay among a nation of people who say, I'm awakening. We awaken. What are you awakened to? You see? Because they're not bringing these things to the surface and saying, okay, people, we got to stop this here. We represent the Most High God. We know who he is. We know his name. We know who we are now in him. We got to get this thing right. You think they're going to get that right? No, they ain't. They ain't. And they talk. That's why I feel sad for a lot of people that gets on here looking for them same people that they've been dealing with year after year after year after year, haven't given them nothing to feed in their spirit. Because the truth be told, if they're not telling you something that's going to cause you to think, and then you can share with someone else and they can share with someone else, and on and on and on. You see, but they're not giving you anything that can say, stop the violence amongst our community. Stop the murdering and killing. Let us call it what is it? Trees. Let us stop this violence. Let us stop this killing our women. Let us stop killing our men. Let us stop killing our children. Women, let's stop this here. Let's come in together and work with each other. Let's give and gave one another. Let's love like y'all love. We found out we his children. Let's do the things that makes him happy. No, they doing the opposite. They doing the opposite and calling themselves we the people. I'm gonna have to get off of here. Too, yeah, she found her decapitated. And you know what? Back when I was raising my children, I couldn't see myself even having anything like that on my mind. I was so busy trying to make sure they were taken care of. fed, clothed, given everything they were needed. Oh, I was so busy praying for them and all kind of stuff like that. Oh, that's why I told you and I said before, we in a day like no other, y'all. We are in a day like no other. We need to be representing him. Why is it we didn't open up this newfound denomination, the Hebrew Israelite movement, and we awaken and we the children, we the chosen, we the Jews, and they the fake one, but then you acting like you are monsters and you representing Yah in that way. You ain't on this devil platform telling your men stop it. Stop battling your women. Love them as Christ said he loved the church. No, you out here telling the women to sit down, shut up, and I'm going to get me some more wives. And then you're hating, you're teaching men to hate the women. Many of them getting together, teaching men to leave their wives and come to them. And the men so blind, they don't see another man telling you to leave yours and come to him. You know what a man's supposed to do? The man's supposed to lead that man in a spiritual walk with Yah. The man's supposed to sit down and counsel him in the spirit and tell him there's two sides to everything. And if she's doing that, you need to first come to terms with what you are doing. Once you have come to the altar of the Most High Yah with what you have done and repent, Yah will work that thing out for you. But what the men are doing, especially is Pastor Dow, 100% Pastor Dow. No, leave them alone. They don't do what you tell them. Leave them. And that's what he's telling them. But there's the days that's coming when those men going to look back and see the children and the wives that they left. And they're going to desire and want, and they're not going to make it back. They're going to have to stay with what they got. And what they got is not going to fulfill that feeling of all the negative, the wrongdoing that they have done, and payback is a mother. Yes, it is. It's a mother. All in itself. So I say unto you, do not go around here listening to these people teaching hate, dividing marriages, dividing male and female, causing each one of them to do murdering and hate. No, that's what they teach it. That's what he's breathing. And he think he's okay because he looks at it as everything is about a number. And that's what a lot of people on this devil platform, they look at it as, because I got so many numbers, people follow me, they listen to me. I heard this one guy come talking about he got this rap music and people are following him and they're not following the other gospel rap music and they must not be doing it right. And I'm saying, bro, the gate that you're walking in is broad. It is not narrow. So only thing they following is the broad gate. And you all always take that to heart. Always know that anything that the multitude is going in, you don't go that direction. You're going to learn that in these days, in these last evil days. Every direction that the multitude go in, you go the opposite way. I've learned that even with the when I went to Atlanta, Georgia. He said, I need you to go west. I said to that voice that was behind me over on a highway overpass, I said, but they running from the west saying it's a fire. No, they're running from the east, running west. They say it's a fire west. He said, yes, but I need you to go in the direction of the fire. You know what I said, child? Yea, Father. And to Atlanta, I head the opposite direction of where all the multitude was running in this vision. Saying fire, fire. He said, no, I need you to go in the direction of the fire. Praise the mighty Yah. Praise the mighty Yah. So if he says the narrow gate leadeth to what is righteous, and you think it's about people got numbers, a lot of people are following them, they are praising them, that's the gate. No, the gate has to be narrow because very few shall follow their end, the gate which lead to what is righteous. You see, it leads to what is righteous. So when he's sitting here ridiculing other Christians, church that teaches, have music, rap music, because he is all that. He just put out one and he says all this, he is all that. But he don't understand, baby, you ain't going nothing but in the broad gate, singing the same old rap mess that the world sing. I had to put it like that. Because the truth be told, that's all you doing. You ain't singing nothing and you ain't leading nothing just because you got people listening to you and you rapping and hey, you in the broad gate. Yeah, they gonna come to me, they gonna come to you. You in the broad gate. That leads to destruction. And very many gonna go that way. So you're right, you're right. You got it going on. You got it going on. That's right. You're right. Operating in the spirit of error and not in the spirit in the ruach. You're right. That's right. Temporary happiness, and that's but don't you think that seems like a lot of people like that though? Just a temporary fix, the temporary happiness. I guess it's that's how it is. I guess it's that's how it's gonna be. Yep. Yeah. That narrow gate. He said the narrow gate leads to what is righteous. So why would we be looking for only the broad gates? Just think about that, y'all. And that's in anything. Say, things you go into the store. I'm gonna tell y'all. Y'all probably say that sister. No, she crazy. Do you? Let me tell y'all there. Do you know I apply that in everything or everywhere I go and things that I do? I apply that narrow gate quick. If I'm on a highway and there's a long line, I go and keep moving till I get in the narrow one, the one that got less. When I'm in the grocery store, I don't go in the one that's got a long line. I look for the one that's narrow. I don't care if this person right here got the groceries up to the ceiling. It's the narrow one. The multitude follows behind each other. Everything I do, I don't care where I go and what I go into. I always look for the narrow way. I never look for the broad. Never, never. And I've been doing that a long time too. A long time. And it works, y'all. It really works. It really works for you. It really does. Yeah, it really works. So I appreciate everyone coming in tonight. I appreciate you all and I love you. And I like to say I thank you all for supporting uh, the message, the video itself being put out. And again, watch with me. Watch with me. And you can even go over it again. It's in the 26 Matthew's 26 verse 38 to 46. And you could feel in your spirit that Yeshua was really in great need for someone to be there for him in the flesh. Y'all read it and you see if you could feel it like I felt it when he gave it to me. And he just was trying to get me to know that my feelings that I have is legit because it's also the walk of Christ. Christ, Yeshua. So I felt that's where the comforter come in, to let I got you. You own it. You know what you're saying. You know what you're feeling, and it's all in right. And that means a lot to me when the Most High said that to me. Love you too, baby. This was amazing. Great, great. I hope you enjoyed. Praise the glory and honor of the Father. Yes, Father Yah. Praise the mighty Yah. So I guess I thank you. Praise the Most High Yah. Oh, look, that's the thing about it. It's not even if you misspell something. I'm gonna tell you something. You can misspell something, but if you can kind of know what a person is trying to say. I mean, it's just something in it that the way they saying it, and when they're saying it, that it exactly pretty much. I'm gonna be honest with you. You know what they say. You know what they're trying to say. So you all good. So I love you all, and I say to you all,
Have a good night. Shalom, shalom.